We need to find the hot dog. Let's find the hot dog. Hot dog. See the hot dog? All right, so every GODROCK has this little like elongated ski mask, dried blood ski mask looking knife handle thing right here. And every GODROCK has this little weird hot dog thing on it. And on the hot dog right there, kind of looks like a hot dog. And every GODROCK has this hot dog on it. And we have another GODROCK over here. I'll go ahead and show you the hot dog right there. See the hot dog? This is our sky point where we would put on our small opening right here, where we would put our eye foundation for our GODROCK V2. And we need to find the hot dog for GODROCK V4. Let's find the hot dog, and then we need to explain something about how the base works first. And then once you know about the hot dog, and then we're gonna explain how the base works, and then we'll build it. We're just gonna show you what the layout looks like in the core with all the bunkers and how everything is gonna work here. So your core is just going to be like a 2x1 right here, and these are going to be in the rocks, and your TC is going to be right here for like a rock TC opening bunker. And then all of these are going to be your hallway roof rock bunkers, which I saw was like someone in a Blaze video rated GODROCK, and they had the whole hallway of the bunkers just like this. And you can combine it with this, as well as the way you angle it. If you angle it right, you only need to upgrade HQM like this. Like it's literally like this is all HQM, and it plugs the rock, and then everything here can be double sheet because it's after all this HQM, and it's like incredibly easy. And then you could add each one, you could do a loot room like this with 20 barrels all along the double triangle loot room towards the rock. And then that's where the upkeep is variable, because like if you do every single one of these HQM, all of this, it's going to be like 300 HQM and all of the back. And the more HQM is like the more storage basically with this design. So like if you want to do less HQM, you would just honeycomb everything here with sheet metal for the same cost, or extra one rocket, just sheet metal double. And then you would only use like 2 loot rooms over here with 20 barrels for like 40 barrels here, and then you could still put more in your core. And then you just have a lot less HQM, like 120 or like 140 max. And that's like also with like a couple external TCs, like I was including that, like a couple of them are like 9 HQM each. And it's like incredibly easy. But if you do all of it HQM, and then you do all of these HQM and then sheet metal honeycomb in between, like all the flats HQM, and then sheet metal here, you could just have, I think it's like 160 or like 172 rockets straight just tunneling this way. And then you would be able to just solid HQM plug this out And then have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 9, and then like 10 for the TC, so like 150 straight. And that's like if you like got one near HQM quarry or something, you could just go crazy with it. And then we'll show you the actual 3 freehand spots where you'll be able to go out like this on the edge of the rock and do like a high triangle roof bunker, and it'll look like this on a build server. See the triangle points, and we have this inside the rock. And if you look outside here, see how nice the rock's like a triangle. And you can claim, after you claim the core at any time, you can come out here on these rock points and do a real high foundation in any terrain. And because you could do it in any terrain off the rock, you could just double step down and do a external TC this way. Like this, like the twig roof opening. Like that. And then you would put one on each point of the triangle. And you could do that right after you claimed your core, and then you could put one on top, and you're just rock solid at 5 TCs right off the bat. And they're all bunkered. You could do a vending machine one up here or something, or just not bunkered up here. We have 4 bunkered TCs right off the bat to control coverage of the rock. And it's going to be super nice and super easy. And now that you know how the base works and how it lays out with like a 2x3 in the center, and you know your hot dog location and where you want to put your externals on the giant triangle, everything for your GODROCK. You're gonna come find your hot dog right here. When you find your GODROCK unclaimed within 10 seconds, and then on this side right here, there'll be this lip. There'll be a smooth side right here. There'll be a lip before, and then over here. We're gonna come to this corner right here and then look at our hot dog. And then with our square foundation right here, we just want to be like slightly up. If we go too far all the way up here, you kind of get a big gap alongside your bunker, so you want to be like a W up, but you don't want to be right. Sometimes it gets a little, you won't fit all the bunkers if you're kind of too tight right in the corner. You want to just go in the corner, like up 1 or 2, and then look at the hot dog, which is right there. Zoom in on the hot dog, and then bring out your building plan, square foundation. Make sure your foundation is high enough to not run yourself into the ground on left or right. Find your hot dog, bring it down, use the hot dog as a Y point. Make sure the back of your foundations are sunk in. Your top left one over here should show the pillar just a little bit, because it's still going to be sealed up there at the corner of the wall. It'll just show down here. We don't have to worry about that. Bring it down. It's a bit too tall. There's a lot of grass. Just like that. We want it wide enough that we could place our TC. This is a little too wide, but we'll just check it. And then you place a square in front of it and a square over. And this is your roof bunker right here. Looks like we're good. I don't think anybody could molly in there. Then you place your TC here, but you need to check this right here. Does it make a bunker hallway perfectly? Looks like we have it perfect right here. We could do raised triangles right here. We're good. Do it all the way up here. You might have to get a low angle like this to get them raised. But we're good right there. And then perfect with the hot dog. Great, like a 2x4. Like this. And you could do a door right here. Raised frames right here. We want one of these as our first living room no matter what. We don't want to seal this off. We want this as one room like this. And a bunker right there. And we could bring down the bunker wall and put a square floor over it. And someone did a Blaze video. There we go. In a Blaze video, did a GODROCK base like that. And then we can cover this triangle like this. This is not really, our height is so perfect, it doesn't really matter that much. I mean, this one we can see up, but that one was a little big over there. Like this, go ahead and upgrade everything. HQM that if you have it, you'll be able to see it again. And then behind your TC, you could do this. Put a half wall above this so it kind of holds. And then seal it off that way. That way you have a socket to place that back wall on up here. Then you can put all your clipping pieces in here. And then you can put a wall back here, upgrade that. I have to change your lookout radius if you're not familiar with the jump or the construction angle. Might be able to stick a locker back here, clip it in there or something. That. A triangle this way just so you don't seal this wall, and then you just come in here, open your TC 1K stone, very easy. Go in here, open this bunker, open this, and that's literally it. All you gotta do is repeat this over and over for however big your rock is. If you got a big rock or a small rock, just put 8 layers of bunker loot rooms or honeycomb bunkers, 6 layers, 4 layers, whatever you want to do. And you want a garage door here for our loot room, and then the square floor above it. Just like how you would do a triangle floor above a square opening for an external TC bunker. And then we could create another loot room here and progressively build out our bunkers. Like so. You could do honeycomb or bunkers. Looks like ours is a bit... This rock is very small, so we won't... I don't think we'll be able to fit 6. Maybe. Maybe. It's just... It'll be 6, but just like... only a couple boxes each one. This. You just do them all loot rooms. You don't need to do them all HQM. You could do them sheet metal. We'll do them HQM and see what the upkeep cost is, because it's a lot smaller. And I had built one, but my microphone was on mute, and then it just disappeared. That was in the other GODROCK. So yeah, let's lay this down. Lay all these down first. Walls. To right this way. And then there's one right here. But maybe out here, lay it down right here. Square right there. And this doesn't matter, it's just for stability and connection. And then you could upgrade these as well. And these do matter because this is how we could easily put like electrical or anything. You could all tie it to this, and you could put a triangle ramp right here and a roof. Because they're super easy to usually upgrade from a large angle, and you could really stick stump all on here, and it creates a nice opening, and it prevents splashing. And when you have the triangle foundation in the center, even if your gap is wide enough for them to crawl through, they have to break. You could do it sheet, and they'll have to do 8, 16, 24 instead of the 15 wall. So even if they could crawl through your foundations, it's really nice and easy. Just go ahead and upgrade all this. And do a turret at the end here. I did have another triangle in the other video. Let's see if we could just do it like this in the intro. And we should be able to get this right here. Construction, there we go. Let's put it here. Our rock is bulging right there. We won't be able to have turret, but we could just upgrade this to HQM. Lay this down. We have it facing the inward angle. Get this HQM. Same thing here. And since this one is so small due to the terrain, we should probably honeycomb these last two. So they're just solid sheet. This rock is very small. It's like the terrain is higher on the rock, so you lose quite a bit there. And then you could upgrade that and HQM that. We'll do the same thing here. And then you could always upgrade them like this right now, as you're doing it in layers. Right now I could do this one HQM if I wanted, or even more. We'll just do it and see what the HQM is. I can run in, I can no clip inside and downgrade a piece if it's crazy HQM. But let's just check where we're at. Inside here, this is our last open bunker. 1, 2. Ugh. 2. Open it from the inside. 3, 4. Get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 so far. Oh, this is so much smaller. Probably one more. Yeah. 5. I can do 5 pretty much. It's really small. The height is so small. We're just going to spam triangles all around here. And we have to ignore this part and use these. Like this. And then we want to be able to honeycomb all of this for our door path. So we want 3 garage doors, 2 garage doors that'll be able to be honeycombed. Just like that. Very long, and again, it's variable based on the rock. If you get like a really high terrain one, you could just do a couple, but it's the same pattern. Come find that, like you just find the hot dog, and then you... And this is a horrible, I should have done the other opening way. Should have done this way. Yeah, I'm gonna do the opposite way for this one. This is 2 directions. I have to do this, and then I have to come in here. Over here? Can let me up here? Oh, that's not good. Well, when you're coming, this one's we're going outside, and this last one's easily openable from coming inside the base. You open all these ones from coming out the base, and then this one. At least so you could have one, so you can leave all those open and have one HQM one while you're on. That you could open and close from the outside when you're coming back, and then you could leave these open if you wanted, with traps behind them. And then that way it's easier to, like, if you flopped away the walls open, you could have multiple, but you see you need like the direction, you need to be able to place a roof, so you can't just do double armored the whole way. Only because you have access to both sides on this last one. And then you would just do your honeycomb right here. Just like that, however you wanted to do it. And for above this, you really, it's about, you want this like a pancake layer stuck above everything. Like this for top-down defense. You just want to create your own like freehand pancake layer in here and use whatever you can for stability. Did not mean to upgrade that. Use everything you can for stability right there, and then you should be able to actually place this triangle first. Right here. And still place this square, so it's really just like nothing. They can't really get in here if you put something. And that's just like right. This is because we have a small rock. And then you can completely honeycomb this. And again, you want to create your own pseudo top-down honeycomb, so because they'll be able to splash everything in there, put something like this right here, or just a full wall back here. Put a full wall right here. Construction. No. Too high up. Throw the top down like that, but you want to sink a floor at half height in these if you can. For top down. And then just like that, we have a door path. Everything's honeycombed. Garage door path. We have some Patricos right here on half walls. Bunker hallway like this. Our rock is very small here, but we still managed to get quite a few. And then really quickly, you honeycomb the back end just like this, like in the intro, with a nice single HQM path. This is all you need, that's HQM, and this will block entry right here. And then all this will be usually sheet metal, and there's twice as many, 1, 2, 3. Usually this one might need to be HQM right here because this is too wide. They could run through that. But like right here, this would be sheet metal, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it depends on what the HQM is, and you don't need to honeycomb really anything much back here past this like plug of HQM. You just want to make sure your plug is the same. There's 1 layer, there's 2 layer, there's 3 layer. In this route, it's like the other one's right over there, just not sticking out at the ground as much. Nice little small rock. Again, nice and variable. If you find a big, deep GODROCK, you have a big 2-story one, and you could run the same exact layout, finding the hot dog. Double honeycomb everything here. Pull walls out as deep as you can, so you can still have a full seal upwards like this. And then now beyond this, we could do more double layers of sheet. Anytime we're building into the rock, like this, double layer of sheet. Can't get that one. And then we could do roof pieces over this. There's 1, 2. And just like that, once you go ahead and upgrade everything on the rear end of the plug, you could do like 6 HQM walls and then like 6 sheet metal. And then what is that, like 48 and 45. So it's like roughly, you could really go heavy on the sheet metal back there with multiple layers, and then just do roofs into the wall, and then build up around it, and then do roofs over that. So it's a double layer from the Raider. And it's really easy. And then once you do that, all you gotta do is find those 3 triangle points on your GODROCK. If you look at it from the top, at any point during this, if you wanted to have your 5 TCs, you would just be able to come up here, place your big triangle up here on the rock, double it down. Looks like we didn't do that tall enough. It'll be right on the edge of your build prib. We're just gonna go as high as we can, double that down, bring it back, and this should be just perfect for the TC. It looks like we have one that may clip into the foundation. Oh, it's this way. Yeah. We have one that's too far into the foundation, so we just need to do an extra 1x1 like this. And it's just going to be on this one on the front, because we have this too far sticking out the front on this one. And then we'll just go on the side over here and do a high triangle off of this rock right here. It's going to allow us to easily step down a second one, any terrain, anything like that. We're right outside TC prib. We could place our other one like it's right outside, so I have to stand outside and the TC is in there. Like that. And you have to do the roof first, of course. Why wouldn't you? And then you put the walls there. And then you upgrade, and again, this will be done on any terrain because of these rock points on each of the tips of the triangles. and mine was just a little too, I had to build a 1x1 when you go do this. If you do this, if you're worried about how big your rock is, you can put them all like this one right here, and then you never have to worry. And this way is also like what I do, because it's like you can get a sheet. You can do it sheet metal. You can do this foundation sheet metal first, and then cover the soft side sheet, so it's still just 8 rockets. When you don't have the HQM, and you just make these bunkered actual like storage points as well. And then when you wanted to open them, you just place this, place that. You could crawl in here, demolish, open your door, get your loot. And then the third point of the triangle is over here. And let's go ahead and put a high triangle over here as well. Yeah, it looks like I am too far in the thing. Well, we'll just do 1x1s, I guess. It's over here, right? Nope, it's over here. One side is going to be, it's only if like you clip into the rock too far with some of your foundations. That's the only reason why this is happening to me. Like, and then on this one, we just basically have a 2x1 tower and build whatever you want right there with your bunkers on the side and your 100 rocket bunker core minimum, and then your 3 HQM bunkers on the side for a total raid cost of probably like 200 something rockets. Super nice and super easy.